trilogy on the PC. So, yeah. I just recently got a PC and been having a lot of fun with trying to install mods and, as you can see, doing emulation as well. This is the only game I have on emulation, by the way, but I mean, it's really not that hard to do, so maybe at some point I might try to stream more games. The Metroid Prime series is honestly one of my favorites, and honestly, I don't know, like, the Metroid series has, like, for some reason, overtaken my life, I feel like. Because I started it with Metroid Prime 1, which is what we're going to play on stream today. And I played it back on the GameCube, beat the entire thing, and then after that was done, you know, I had rented the sequel to it, Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, but I only rented it. I never owned the full game, or I never, like, could buy the full game or anything like that. I didn't have money at the time I was a kid. But yeah, I went through some of it, never got to beat it, and then I never, that was, once I actually got money, that's when, things started becoming rare, and, yeah, couldn't exactly buy Metroid Prime 2 for a reasonable price, and I couldn't even play Metroid Prime 3 because I did not have a Wii. Big bummer there. But now we can play all three of the games, which this is the Wii games that have all three basically bundled together. And yeah. I should not have done that, by the way. And we're back. Alright, cool. It didn't mess anything up. Yeah, remember, again, emulation, not the real game, so there's... not everything is 100% gonna work. And I'm still trying to, like, figure things out here. Actually, in fact, if I just use slot 2, why don't we just do that? What we just do, why not? It looks cool. Okay. So, back to this. So we're gonna start Metroid Prime. We're gonna try and beat it. I've already beaten it, so I pretty much know what to do. But PC controls are a little bit confused. Oh, that's cool. Alright. And, yeah, here we are. Metroid Prime on PC. Wish it would have existed normally, but, you know, do what you gotta do. I can finally play these games. And, yeah, like, after playing a little bit of it, it feels like it really should have a PC port at some point, because it would be really dang cool. Like, honestly, it fits very well with the Prime series. But, yeah, just to catch up the speed. Not really much to really need to know, except for the fact that I'm a bounty hunter, got a big green gun arm that will eventually get more transformations for our guns, and I can turn into a tiny ball. Fire bombs. And you also have different visors. With the scan visor, you can basically lock on to something, and it'll give you a description of what it is. Like, let's see, like your ship. I think you can, yeah, you can scan your ship. You can pretty much scan any object in the universe or in the game. It'll give you a short summary on what it is, why it is, and all that jazz. So that's pretty much everything there. Everything else should be pretty self-explanatory. You have to shoot your doors to open them, and yeah, that's pretty much the whole basic thing you really need to know. You see any icons like this, that just means that I'm going to be opening doors or activating an elevator or something. Mostly just saying it because I'll just kind of be speed running through, not really speed running, just kind of going through things here and there. I'm not really going to stop and smell the roses a whole lot here. But I'll kind of read little bits of lore and stuff like that every once in a while. Morphology: space pirate. Status: death, caused by a severing of the spinal cord. Also shows incredibly large muscle structure surrounding the jaw area. Fluid sacs containing acid are also detected. So yeah, there was definitely something that went on around here. Space pirate. Yeah. Anytime. This game was actually really ahead of its time in terms of its not only its graphics, but also just how it kind of does things. Like, this is the first time a Metroid game is in first-person view, and they honestly did a pretty good job. But they also did like very cool things that you don't see in, I mean, heck, even games nowadays. Like, if there's like a bug or whatever, and you squish it, and all its guts and stuff get on your face. It gets all messy for a few seconds. So we just download the map. There you go. You can move around and all that jazz. It's kind of hard to navigate on the PC because I don't. As you can see, like all the controls are just, you know, Wiimote controls. So I just kind of have to remember, like, hey, this is this button, that type of thing. That's not what I meant to press. That's caps lock. That's tab. There we go. All right. Let's go back in here. Hey, it's that asteroid game. Hey, how you doing, buddy? It is indeed the asteroid game. We got past the asteroid boss, by the way. But yeah, really surprised how well this works on the PC. That's it. It honestly just looks great. Also, when you kill enemies, they'll drop little worms. That's either going to be health or missile damage. something about this? Two-phase on. No. I swear, I thought I remember one of these being breakable. Also, there is a lock on the game if you press the left or the right mouse button for me, but surprisingly, you still need it. You would think with having the controls, you wouldn't need, or having the aim with a mouse, you wouldn't really need a lock-on button. But it is actually the only way to strafe, or not strafe, but like dodge. If you lock onto something, you can jump, or use the jump key. Oh, hello. And you'll actually dodge attacks. Man, I still think the original GameCube controller was like perfect for Metroid Prime for some reason. Like, I didn't play a whole ton of games on the GameCube, but Metroid Prime, for some reason, the control scheme just fit perfectly for like what they had. Yeah. That was a false alarm. Sorry about that. So how you doing, buddy? Oh, there's a table in here. I didn't even remember that. Quite a big delay on the stream actually, but that's fine. I actually wonder how quickly I can beat this game, because the game's pretty short, but the thing that'll get me for a long time will be the end game. Are you... Dude! Dude! Asshole. I'm sorry I didn't speed up to your standards, Mr. Door. No. The end game is pretty much a big scavenger hunt. I don't really like it very much, but the final boss it's just a really cool final boss, so I really don't mind wanting to beat the game again. Also has one of my favorite songs. There's the parasite. God, I freaking love the music in this game. Hard to shoot missiles and dodge at the same time. And I could change it, but I don't really know what I change it to. That would be better. But yeah, that's something that the Wii version of the game added. Defeat this thing. I don't really like it. I mean, it's there. It's fine. It doesn't hurt anything, but for some reason I don't like it. I mean, don't worry about it. Now we gotta get out of here before the self-destruct kills us. There is hotkeys set for the for like the different guns and visors, but honestly, I have no clue what they are, so I'm not even gonna bother. I just prefer making it with the games, like fog hitting you, or like steam hits you, fogs up your visor just like that, electricity hits you with sparks and start kills something that's got flesh and, you know, spews its guts all this. Just cool little details that you just don't see really in any other games. The only games that I can think of in recent memory that kind of are similar to it is the Metroid games. Yeah, like right here, it's hot, so you have like sweat forming at the bottom of the screen. There's little details I really, really like about this game that you just don't really get in other games. Probably because it's, I would assume it'd be pretty hard to replicate stuff like that, honestly. Especially since you have to have it in specific points and all that. Also, I really should have seen better. Cyber in this game, but so let's go use all of our stuff, as is tradition. And the start of every game, either you start with bare minimum of nothing, or you start super powerful and you can call yourself. Like this. We lost our fiery suit, now we got the power suit. Absolutely no reason why that should have happened, but video games, right? So yeah, we can't fire missiles, can't use our morph ball bombs, we can't use the morph ball actually. All we have is our power beam and our scan visor. Now we gotta search for everything. Also, little things like that. As you shoot the power beams, because they got so much like, energy built up and stuff on them, like they give off a lot of light. So they'll actually trailblaze. Kind of use more areas. It's really cool. GameCube game, by the way. I know it shows in some aspects, but in others, it's hard to remember the fact that this was a game. The parasite queen scared you. Can barely hear you of the game, but was it really hard to hear? Yeah, sorry about that. My stream just kind of decided to fail on me. I think it was because I had the settings on too high. I just had it on high, so I switched it down to medium. See if it works a little better. It's gonna run at the same resolution, but 30 frames. So hopefully that'll work. We'll see. So you kind of missed a cutscene, but it's fine. But yeah, now we're on Talon Overworld 4, I think is what it's called. This is where the game actually starts. So yeah, let's go ahead and just explore. Also, is my audio any better, James? Like hell, it's fine. I'm wishing my precious story. All the cutscene was just me flying onto the planet and then jumping off like a badass. That's about it. You didn't miss much, buddy. Sorry. It's not like I wanted to stream that. Okay, so the audio is good. Good to hear. Awesome possum. So, oh, okay, yeah. So these doors we can't open. If they have red, that means it needs a missile to open it. We do not currently have those, so we have to go back and find another way. Which, oh, I know where to go. Which, right here, we're going to be going back here once we have the morph ball. Well, actually, the boost ball. Because the morph ball will get upgrades to it, just like our visors and everything else. Including our suits will get upgrades as well to traverse different areas. So this elevator is going to take us to Chozo Ruins West. All the maps are divided into... the Chozo Ruins is pretty much like a desert area. There's Fendora Drifts, which is like a snow area, and Meddleware Caverns, which is like a lava area. That's pretty much how it kind of goes. They each have their own respective enemies and stuff in said biomes. That's not the button. This is the button. So yeah, anytime we are kind of on the right track, the game will give us a hint of pretty much where the next main location is. That's all that was. Oh yeah, what's pretty cool, if you take the scan visor, see these little things up here. There's a bunch of them. There's a lot of things you can scan in this game, which is just wicked cool that they took the time to do all this. But I mean, you can scan these. It says Chozo lore. Chozos are these big bird aliens that basically took care of Samus, the playable character, and gave us this suit of armor, which is called the Visor suit, or pretty much any other suit. Pretty much, they're the ones that taught us combat and everything and took care of us as a kid. Don't really know how that happened, but, you know, that's what happened. Oh, okay. But yeah, you can look at the various little things. The history of the Chozo stretches back into the ancient times, so far into the fog of the past that we knew not where our ancient ancestors came from. One thing is clear, however. The Chozo who colonized Talon 4 made a conscious choice to eschew. I don't believe that's a word. A civilization of advanced technology. We Chozo chose to live in harmony with nature, guided by the providence of the universe. We believe we will spend peaceful days here and plan to leave our words from time to time. Yeah, if you see any of these, that usually is a Chozo lore bytes. You can scan stuff like this. Literally just, hey, these pillars have collapsed from erosion, carbonating cannot determine the age of these structures. Just various little things, and I really, really love the fact that they took the time to do that. Even though you're gonna walk past like 90% of it and not even think of scanning it, because you wouldn't think about it. But if you wanted to, you can. Yeah. Look at that thing right there. You can scan that. You see, like, the trees are special. You got whatever that is. Large branches been, you know, obstructions. You got the... I'm trying to stow things. You got these guys, you know. Tells you how to kill them, essentially. That's actually kind of how you figure out the bosses in the game. Because some of them got some little tricks to them that you gotta learn. Yeah, just little stuff like that. I really dig about this game. But we're mostly gonna run past a lot of these things. I have an idea of where to go. Granted, it's been a while, but we'll get there. See, more Chozo things over there. There's actually a way to... I think if you shoot this... Oh, that's right. I forgot about the points. Yeah, I think if you like shoot this, nah. Basically, again with like the visor effects, you can shoot certain things and your visor will actually flash up and you can see your face in it. Pretty cool. So does it work well with a controller, or are you using... I'm using keyboard and mouse. It's supposed to work pretty well with a controller as well, but I just wanted to play it on keyboard and mouse because, I don't know, I just felt like it would work pretty well with it. So far I'm liking it. It was adapted from a Wii mode, so I mean, I assume that's why it's as accurate as it is. If it was based off of the actual GameCube port of the game, it would probably not work as well because it didn't have full motion like this. Like, you couldn't do this. Because the way to aim back then, because you had the C stick is what it was called. It was like the right thumbstick. It was very tiny, not really used for a lot of things. So that's how you like switched your guns in the game. But oh yeah, I don't really need to shoot those. It's just gonna make things dark. But in that game, if you want to like freely look around, because you would just kind of like basically walk around like this. If you wanted to freely look around, you'd have to basically press the, I think it was the right trigger. Yeah, your hand would basically palm up like that, and you can look up and down. That was the only way to do that. Now it's just like a resting animation for the Wii version. Because you'd kind of like anchor down, kind of like a, say like a Resident Evil game, essentially. So we got a bit of a pest problem. Gotta get rid of these war wasps. That way we can get our missiles back. Oh, crap, I'm falling a bit. Also, another neat thing, if you look to the right where it says warning, that is an indicator of, like, if a hazardous material is next to you. So, like, if this pit of water is poisonous to you if you touch it. Same thing with, like, electricity or fire or whatever. If you're close to anything that will give you damage, minus, like, enemies, it'll give you a warning. Saying, like, hey, better back up. Which, again, really cool. No other game's really done things like that. Except for maybe, like, a stealth mechanic. Telling you, like, hey, you're in the shadows right now. I've my gun defeated. And now we have reacquired our missiles. I should try it on a controller at some point, because I wonder what the whatever thing is mapped to exactly. So now we can open these doors. And now we got an energy tank, which basically gives us extra life. See a little cube on above. That's just an extra 100 points of health, or 99, I guess. So we gotta come back here once we get the morph ball to go into that little crack. I actually never noticed that little thing fall before. Crap. There's plenty of things that won't actually hurt you in the game, unless you, for some reason, touch them. Because apparently touching anything just messes Samus up. She just cannot. She's like Sam from Death Stranding, she just can't handle physical contact with another creature at all. Even though she's in a giant suit of armor. Download the area map. Alright. Wrong button. Yep. There we go. I'll get used to it. Don't worry. But yeah, there's a lot of like optional content in this game in terms of like finding things. There's just a lot of like, yeah, like right here. Get rid of these guys real quick. And right here, if you have the morph ball and the bombs, you can jump into there, destroy those blocks, and you can get that little missile expansion all the way in the back there. And that's pretty much a Metroid game in and of itself. It's just all about exploration, figuring out where to go on your own, for the most part at least. I do like the fact that the newer games do tend to like give you a little bit of a hint, but I don't like when they give you too much of a hint, you know? Because this one is just like, hey, you got the general direction, go do your thing. Yeah, this is the way. Yeah. Oh, oh, wow, okay. Are they still following me? It sounds like they are. Oh, can't go through there. Here we go. This is where we get the morph ball. As you can see, you can pretty much get any, like, there's no specific order of how you get things. Also very nice. This guy we can only shoot from the left. Big red glowing button. Well, so far the stream seems to be going pretty stable, so I'm glad of that. Oh, yeah, there should be... Yeah, we can't use the morph ball bombs yet. Let me see if I can. Nope. Okay. We need missile, or we need the morph ball bombs to open that. There's a lot of like specific, like you have to have these items to do certain things. Actually, now we can actually progress into the area here. Also, again, you'll realize the game has banging music. At least I sure love it. Wow. I think the lighting is improved on the Wii version because the morph ball looks really good. And I didn't mess with any of the like graphical settings, I don't think. At least I don't remember doing that. So this is pretty much what it looked like on the Wii, I think. I don't remember. Is there? Ah, yeah. There's supposed to be something there. I'm pretty sure. I thought I remember it shooting you up. Yep, that's right. It's supposed to shoot you up in like a geyser, and then you have the spider ball and go all the way over there. Yeah. Yeah. Wait, there's 2 doors. Yeah, there is. We'll go over here first. These little guys you can't really kill right now. You just have to shoot them and scare them away. Okay, so oh, fall. So in this area, when we get to the top there's actually a door that's locked. So what we have to do is that you'll see that there's symbols on there. So if you scan these symbols, get those uncovered. Oh, no, never mind. I guess we gotta actually go to the top and check it out first. Thought we could scan the symbols ahead of time. Oh, we can't even do that because we need more ball bombs. I can definitely kind of tell the difference on the stream latency with the 30 frames per second. Doesn't look bad, but it's definitely choppy. So I apologize for that, but I can't really. I guess I can't really stream reliably or anything else. Maybe if I change the video quality to something lower than 720. That's why I have it at right now. Maybe I think like 480 is the one below it. So maybe if I have that, but I have the video at 60 FPS, maybe it'll look a little better. I don't really know though. We can experiment. Still this. Okay, yeah, we get the charge beam in this area. I see here. Oh, I mean, do that. So, we scan this, it'll tell us, hey, gotta open this up by unlocking with these symbols here. So there's 3 more. I think I remember where they're all at. Stinky cloud, so you can't really stand on those. So one more after this. Yeah, one more. It's probably up top then. Probably just missed it. Was it again? Alright. Definitely didn't want to be in here. Where was it? There you are. Gotcha. Oh, ooh. I would have been very upset at you. Now we got the charge beam. It's weird. One of the times I was playing the game, so far it hasn't happened anymore, which I'm glad. My missiles wouldn't work. Or no, it wasn't missiles. It was the I couldn't scan my visor, or I couldn't use the scan visor. And if you do not have the scan visor, you basically cannot beat the game. Because there's so many things you have to scan. But yeah, now we have the charge beam, so we can actually destroy these things. Which honestly, you don't really need to. You just tap it like that, you'll be good. Can't break that, darn it. Yeah, as you can see, that it's a little different looking. Usually kind of indicates, hey, I'm a wall that needs to be broken. Most of the times, finding things is pretty obvious, but also sometimes you gotta think a little bit more. Sorry, I'm scratching my foot here. So what do you think of the game so far? Or what do you think of the game? Yeah, what do you think of it so far, James? Ah, man. This foot's squishy. Yeah, I know you haven't really seen a lot, but I guess of how it runs and all that, it's actually pretty nice. Everything runs. Yeah, with the charge beam, you can actually absorb items and such too. So if they're far away. So. there's a missile up there. Yeah, usually to indicate like what something is weak to, it'll say a specific like material instead of just outright saying, "Hey, you can use a missile on here," which I don't think that's. Yeah, no. It ain't missiles. I think that's super missile, which is something we're not gonna get until very late in the game. And this is actually optional, if I remember correctly. Because you get 4 beams, beams being your guns. You get 4 of those throughout the game, right? And you have a super missile variant, which basically means you hold the charge, this, and then you fire a missile at the same time. And it'll like add a more powerful version of that shot. And depending on the beam type you have, it'll actually change the way it fires too for a few seconds. Like you get a beam called the plasma beam. So it shoots superheated plasma. Hi, buddy. Didn't mean to do that. I'm so sorry. So yeah, it'll tell you certain things that'll kind of hint you at what you need to do. Basically, this guy, we can't really do anything with him right now. We need the morph ball bombs. But if you get close to him with the morph ball, he'll suck you up, and then you use the bombs to blow him up. Wrong button. Which I think we get the bombs in this next room, but I could be wrong. But yeah, with the plasma beam, if you had the super missile, yeah, we do. But if you had the super missile for it, it'll actually shoot out a stream of lava, which is pretty awesome. But I believe all the other guns, minus the plasma beam, or the power beam variant, is all optional. Yeah, somehow this is a boss, by the way. That to actually read chat, so alright, there we go. actually activate this puzzle. Which I remember this took me a long time to do whenever I first did it. Wait, no, I should have done that. Gotta go from here. If I can. So right now we're trying to adjust the water level. Keep the water level where it is. And then it'll move all these platforms so we can get into the next area. Yeah, they give me plenty of time. Doors locked. Bum, bum. Oh. Yeah. Oh, what more? That's weird. So yeah, the game is actually at 90 FPS, or not FPS, 90 for like the field of view. The game, I think, or actually no, it's not running at 90. I put it on the stage, which is like 84. I think it's like 82.5 or something like that, like an odd number, honestly. But yeah, it's basically running just a little higher than what it's used to. So on occasion, you may see like the borders of the map or something like that. That's just because it's not really meant to be kind of higher. Like to make sure every time. So we should be able to do the next area, the one that we first found, like all those rune symbols. Yeah, this area. So now we can go up here. Wait, no. Is it? Yeah, no, here. on to the next area, which should lead us to a boss. Yeah, those little red vines, if you touch them, they'll damage you, so I gotta shoot them. It's actually a runic symbol. Come on. There we go. I had to destroy the boxes for some reason. I guess it didn't like it, it was shy. So we just need one more. Games are weird, man. Games are weird. This game honestly, like, feels like it really should be on PC, like officially on Steam or something. Like, honestly, if Nintendo decided, oh, I was about to miss that jump. But if Nintendo decided, hey, for like Metroid's anniversary, which is coming like very soon, from what I remember, if they were to say, hey, we're going to add all the Metroid games on Steam, go buy them, then I wouldn't even bother with the inflation. I would legit just go buy them. But because there's literally no way to play this on anything right now, other than a GameCube or a Wii, then I would honestly absolutely buy it. As long as it's at a reasonable price, of course, but I mean, you know, say like 30, 40 bucks for the entirety of Metroid Prime Trilogy. Absolutely. I will downright play it. Hell, I mean, honestly, I think it'd be worth a $60 price tag, but I mean, it's great, you know, reselling of an old game, so I wouldn't justify as much, but still, the game's great. So now we got another boss, Flagra. So this guy, to defeat him, you gotta shoot these, I guess you call them like sun reflectors, essentially, because he's a giant plant. He gets his energy from the sun, so we gotta cook him alive, basically. But basically, you can't damage him at all unless you take those reflectors off. It does shrink up a bit. So we gotta do this 3 more times after this. But the thing that makes this actually fairly challenging is that you notice that when these are blocked or pop We already hit it. I think it's a little faster now. That was cool. Usually if he doesn't attack, it'll give you enough of a window. Stop being rude. That's game. Alright. Alright. So yeah, Flagra, mutant plant is the source of toxic water in the ruins. Flagra's growth cycle has been radically accelerated as a result. It requires near constant exposure to solar energy to remain active. This exposure has made Flagra's outer shell thicker. The root system is unprotected and vulnerable. However, exploit this flaw when possible. Concentrated weapon fire can daisy force your period. And that I didn't know. Okay. Okay, yeah. So now he's knocked out for a little bit. Shoot. I actually don't remember about that. I remember as a part of the thing. I don't think I ever did that. It was such a pain in the ass. Yeah, now one of the roots will go away and we can go use more ball. But if we don't do it in time, we'll get back up. And those solar roots will also a great series. Metroid, if you can play them. But they are a little hard to come by, but they should begin. Should probably use me to NES games. Do it one more time. Side dash, you actually make yourself quite fast by doing that. So it's actually hard to lock onto them. Just dash to the side. For a lot quicker. So everything else. Because Flagra is dead, the water is clean. And now we have, I believe that's the Varia suit. Did a great job on this series, man. And I can't wait for Metroid Prime did I won't be able to play it? Not release or anything, but maybe at some point I'll be able to play it. So now with the virus suit, it increases our resistance to heat. So we hadn't been to any areas that has extreme heat, but if you go to the Middleware Caverns, which we will very shortly, I assume, we can now access the area. If we didn't have this suit on, we would take constant damage because the heat is so high. That's right. Yeah, with these guys, they actually, you can't really kill them. They're literal raw energy, as it says. So they really don't do anything except for just kind of spew energy out randomly. They don't really attack you or anything. But if you're under them or something, they'll shoot a little ball or something under you. But if you use the charge beam, you can actually kind of like force it to you. Oh, Jesus Christ. That kind of scared me. I was thinking this game had fall damage, but it doesn't. Yeah, I believe this will lead us... Yep, this will lead us to the Middleware Caverns, actually. Where's that area take us to? Okay, so it's a shortcut. Or not a shortcut. Yeah, no, it's a shortcut back to the main plaza area that we entered from the Chozo West. I'm gonna go here real quick because I believe there is a energy tank we can grab real quick. Now, I don't really know the location of everything, but I know a good chunk of things that'll at least get me by. Alright, man, come on. Get me out there. There you go. Gotta make sure not to actually go all the way through there because, oh yeah, right here, like, I don't think we can bust it from here if we need super resist. Or no, we need to unlock it with something, but we can't do that yet, if I remember correctly. Yeah, we need actually. So I think we can actually do this. So in the game, you can actually one ball jump. People who are very knowledgeable about it can actually there's a way to like stack it to where once you have one in the air, it'll shoot you just like that. Yes, I got it. Awesome. I actually didn't think I was gonna get it. Sweet. But yeah, you can do stuff like that, and people who are really, really good at it can actually keep doing it like almost, if not entirely, indefinitely. So you can kind of break the game. Speedrunners use tactics like that, especially in the older games, where they didn't really have much of a ceiling. That you can kind of like keep stacking it to get the higher areas that usually you would need a high jump to get to. Okay, yeah, I was right. Energy tank. So now we're gonna go back because we don't want to land down there because we won't have a way to come back here quickly. So we're gonna go ahead and head to the Meddleware Caverns. this area too. So yeah, as soon as you'd enter this area, if you only had the power suit, you would start taking constant damage until you died. And there's a lot more environmental hazards in this area. So much. It's so cool. I can use that before to this ground. It's gonna just so up there. Right here. There you can break that. But I think not grab it. Nope. Aha! So that right there, you're not supposed to know that that's there until you get a different visor that you can see through certain things, like an X-ray visor, I believe. Now, I don't even think you can get to it. Yeah, you can get to it. But now we know that's there. So that right there is part of that scavenger hunt that I mentioned for the end game. Basically, at the end of the game, you have to, that button, to use my problems. You have to find all these runes. That's actually in like the beginning area where we landed our ship. You gotta bring all those runes, scans back to this certain place, and then bada bing, bada boom. The end game, but there's like 10 or 20 of them or something like that, something ridiculous, and I believe you need all of them, if not most of them, to get through it. And it's a real pain in the butt to remember everything, because they're all pretty much out of the way if you don't know where to go. A good chunk of them are pretty obvious where they are. Most of them are hidden pretty dang well. And they don't really like give you like a specific area where they could be. I think if you scan the things you're supposed to bring them to, they do kind of like give you a hint. But I think you'd have to like write the hint down or something like that, because I don't think it like gives it anything for you to look back at. But I could be wrong. It's been a while, so. I just kind of stumbled upon all of them, or I had my brother help me out with finding them. I don't remember exactly. I don't think I found all of them on my own, but I could have. I don't know, I was maybe like... Oh yeah, need something for here. There is fragile. Guys catch you, they'll hold on to you and then spit you out into lava. Little assholes. already sketchy enough with a freaking thumbstick, but... Oh, God. I'm just tapping one at a time. Okay, we got that. No, let me go! Stop! Fucker! No, wrong button! Oh my god! Oh my god! Stop! Don't touch me! Leave me alone! I can't actually kill these things. I can. I think I have to have them eat up a morph ball bone, but if they grab me, I can't do anything about it. Alright, and I believe this elevator is going to take us to Talon Overlord. Okay. I thought it was going to take us to Fendor. Let's see what this takes us. We'll just have that there for right now. I think that area... I don't remember exactly. I want to say maybe that area takes me to Fendor Drifts, or it just leads me to somewhere else. I don't recall exactly. We'll go here. May end the stream pretty soon because it's getting pretty late. And I honestly don't know how long I've been recording. I need to figure out, because I saw there's an option in my NVIDIA stuff to, because that's all I'm using is just the NVIDIA like app or whatever. I'm not using like a capture card or anything. Which I don't know how all that works really. But yeah, I'm just kind of going off of this, and I think there is a stream overlay I can add. So I'll have to mess with some things and see what I can do to maybe make the experience a little better. That way I can tell like how long I've been streaming. Maybe there's a way to add like chat on the screen. Because I mean, if you look at the past broadcasts, I always say the past broadcasts. You know, they'll have the chats and stuff on screen, but I also record it for YouTube. This is the only way I really record. And if I can add a way to add the comments or something on there, that'd be really nice. So that way it doesn't look like I'm just talking to myself. Which, generally, there's not a lot of chatting going on, but when it happens, you know, that way you can have the context of what the heck's going on, and I don't have to read it out every time. But I think we're going to go ahead and call it for right now. We're back in the main area. In fact, before we call it, I want to head over here. Because this area is supposed to lead to where those ruins are all going to go. This is pretty much where the end game's going to lead. I just need to know if I can actually access that right now, or it has to be later. Impact crater.
Recording to logbook.
New pirate data entry has been downloaded to your logbook. Space pirate encrypted data decoded. Log. Field team reports are in on an aged structure of alien design built on the surface of Talon 4. Studies show this structure projects a containment field. This field bars access to a prime source of energy within a deep crater. Science teams believe the field is powered by a number of strange Chozo artifacts. We have found some of these relics, and studies on them have begun. As these fields could hinder, as this field could hinder future energy production operations on Talon 4, we must dismantle it as soon as possible. If this means the destruction of the Chozo artifacts, it will be done. So yeah, space pirates, yeah, they're douchebags. They just want to take everything for themselves and sell it on the black market and all that stuff. They're pirates. You know what a pirate is. And, you know, in their space, that's double the trouble. So, yeah, this is the area where we can go for everything. So, as you'll see, we actually have to touch it. We can't just scan it. That's why I couldn't grab it earlier. Chozo artifact acquired. This is the Artifact of Truth, the first of 12. Okay, so there's 12 of these. Collect it, then scan the totems here for clues on the locations of the remaining artifacts. Together, the artifacts will open a path to the crater, or to the center of the impact crater. So this right here is the end game. Yeah, right here you can see... Actually, this is the logbook for everything, so you can actually see all the pirate data that we just read. I don't know what the back button is. Okay, I guess that's it. But, no. Anyways, that will log everything for us, so we can always kind of reference things. That was a nice soundbite. Oh! I got scared. I thought the game was going to crash. So I guess this one. The artifact has been downloaded, translating Chozo ruins on Totem's surface. The town's far corners on a grove of life reveals the pillars beneath the waves to find the artifacts of Chozo. So yeah, all these basically give you hints on what you need to know. Also, if you see a red icon for these are the important ones you need to record. Whether it's to activate something or not. The orange ones is usually like, hey, you can scan it and it's optional. You don't really need it. These, I'm going to go ahead and pre-scan everything. Just in case if we ever have to reference anything. I don't think we will. Maybe we will. But this way we don't have to come back here anytime soon. Yeah, once we find all 12 of these, we can head back here, and that's how we initiate the end game to fight the final boss. So I'm gonna go ahead, head back to the ship, save the game, and we will continue on another time. So far, I'm really enjoying. Like, it feels very good. It feels very good to play. I'm honestly surprised. That it runs as well as it does. It's very, you know, like, I'm not really seeing any issues. Luckily, we haven't had any issues on stream either. So that's also great. So, yeah. You know, hopefully y'all enjoyed. I'll try to see if I can do more of this in the future. Maybe go for the whole game if I can. But we'll just see. So, yeah. Hope you have a wonderful day. Maybe we'll see Samus return in the next part. Goodbye.